Welcome back everybody, and have a wonderful evening here from Malta, from the famous Malta archery range. Today we have another bow review, and this one you could already think, I know the sleeve. Yes, and you are right, but you are still wrong. So it's neither AF, it's neither Ali bow, it's neither buck trail, it's a Turkish bow from Daylite Archery. Yes, from Daylite, from Dae Kim, Korea. He has now a Turkish bow in his assortment too. And yes, you are right. Has a reason that the sleeve looks like this, because we know the sleeve. So it's most probably the same company as we have the other bows, like the buck trail flint. Let's quickly compare them. He said it's his own design and he made the logo. So overall, I would say not much difference. Handle looks a little, it's a nicer leather and it has a stitching on Daylite. And of course he created his own logo, so you got then private labeling, but he said he will put the manufacturing to Korea. On the other side, I am not sure, because this is most probably from Win-Win, and Win-Win is in Korea. So it's most probably already Korean made. What I see is that the handle is smaller on this one. This is the buck trail, is 25 pounds, and this is a 40 pounds. But the handle is smaller and the bow overall a little thinner. Why that, you might ask? A good question. When you look closely here, then you see a black line running, and that's a big difference. This bow has a carbon layer on the back, runs all the way through, and that should give this bow more stability, a nicer flex, and maybe even a bit better performance than the other ones. So you saw difference is in general not as big, handle a little different, sear angles and all the same. So in even the famous string pads you see, it's the same. So it's from the same company, but doesn't matter. Today we check the bow from Daylite Archery. Dae Kim sent me one and he wanted me to test it, so of course we do it. And I said the main difference, we have now a carbon layer in it. That's nice. What can I tell you? Daylite Turkish bow, laminated, is unstrung 52 inches. I don't know anything about the brace height. This is a 40 pound. I guess you can have it from 20, 25 to maybe 50, 55. Max draw, I'm not sure. I guess it's 32 inches, and recommended arrow weight, nothing. So I didn't get a lot of information, and even on the website right now it's already written that there's a Turkish bow, but no information. So we simply need to discover now together what this bow is all about. So I said we have a carbon layer for speed and performance. And the price, interesting. When you see even the buck trails, they raise the prices now, so you can have this one with around $200 dollars US or euros even, and this one is 235 US dollars. You get, first of all, a nicer handle, which it feels really good, and with the stitching there I like. So overall nicer, and you get the carbon layer in it, which makes the big difference for me. That's all I have on technical information. Let's see if we get a string with it. I hope so. It would be a bit so. Sleeve we know. And we get a nice string. So you get a bow, a string, a sleeve, for the rest for now. Nothing, but maybe because he sent me one of his first models, and maybe later this might be different, but I don't know yet. Nice string, as we know, it's still the same. There's a small label on. There was a small label on it. This is the upper. See, there's a sticker. Shows upper. Nice, so you know this is the upper part. Makes your life easier. Let's check, only cross check. Yes, look, when you hold it like this, you know, level on the center serving. You see this one is the longer one, shorter one is the upper one. Very nice. But first things first, as we don't have a lot of information, I measure it again from the belly. From the nock, you run it alongside the belly, around every bump, every hump, whatever is there. Zit, zit, zit. 49.5 inches from nock to nock. Arrow pass. I'm not sure if it's interesting. I would need one from AF, and then we could do a nice comparison. So I'm not sure if it's enough to do a comparison with the flint from Buck Trail. It's 22 millimeters. Okay. Oh, this is way wider. Look at this, huh? This is almost 25 millimeters. So we have a way narrower arrow pass, which I like a lot, always, because it makes my life easy, because I shoot like, not so good. Nice. Handle feels good, is big enough, and this texture of this leather is nice, and then the stitching in front, nice. So this was the upper part. I use now no, I don't use the step-through method, the other step-through method, you know, the new one. So, string pads we know. The rest is all as we know it. Happy and I know it. So 40 pounds. Remember the other one, this bow from MR Bows, was 43 pounds at 28, and it was, I couldn't almost string it. This one is 40 pounds and easy peasy. 52. Daylite Ottoman. This is the Ottoman. Looking good. Brace height 7 1/4. Seems reasonable. And the last thing we want to know from here. Oops. God, who would have guessed? Nobody. 295 grams. But it was going between 295 and 300, but I give it 295 grams. I like. So the bow is, most hopefully, oh yeah. So I think the carbon does a good job here, and then even with 40 pounds, I might trust this bow a little more. Remember, the flint in 50 pounds didn't survive long. The 40 pounders, we have now a few here running, they work. So most probably, if this bow survives the first 50 shots, then it will last a while. If it breaks directly because of quality control, but I don't know how Daylite does the quality control with the bows they get from them. So, but so far, so good. The draw. Oh, nice. And I don't know the max draw. Gets obviously stiff at the end, so 30 inches is no problem, 31, but then it gets really stiff. So I always have my issues with drawing a bow longer than, oh, see? And last time we had this issue with the vibration, because famous bowman said, oh, why did you plug the string? Every bow has vibration. Yes, has, but this one, nothing. I feel nothing in the limbs. You only feel it in the handle for 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds, not even 4 seconds. You know, the MR bow was almost like 10 seconds. You felt it in the limbs, and with the English longbow, with the American longbows, you felt it even a little more. So there's a difference for me, and it makes a difference in shooting. For me. Speaking of which, I have the Taurus Arrows. They are 32 inches, but most probably I will not draw this bow first. Now 32, we go slowly from 29 to 30, 31 maybe. And by the way, today I'm fully in Korean mode. 500 grain, 500 spine, the Taurus Arrows from Bamboo Archery, Malaysia. 32 inches, a bit too long now. Until here, ooh, this carbon makes a difference, huh? Super. 400 spines, 500, 450 grain, 500 spine, and there are 400 spine, 500 grain. Okay, higher. Okay. A knocking point, many ask me if I have a knocking point or not on my bows. On some I have, on some I don't. It's simply, I'm lazy. It's helpful, beneficial for some, and sometimes I like to shoot without. So, this I need to show you. Look at this. The first three down there, the bright ones are the stiffer ones, and the other ones close to the center, all really close together. Really nice. I continue now shooting for a while only with the 500 spine, 450 grain, they feel just nice, and 40 pounds at 28, at 30 we are roughly at 45 or 44 pounds, so I guess it's just nice 10 grain. I don't know how low you can go, for sure 8 grain is not a problem. And of course Ottoman bow we hold straight, as we know, Turkish way of shooting. You don't tilt the bow. You have, oh nice, you have a little Torkatra whatever. Awesome. So the feel of this one is, compared to a flint from Buck Trail, different. Can now be, of course, because I know there's carbon, but this bow really nice. Awesome. Don't let us get too cocky too quickly. Let's shoot 20 meters over the left one. Nice, I have to admit. Look at this. Ow! I don't remember that the flint was working so nice. The draw is nice. So this carbon really does make a difference. Let's see how we're doing at the 30-meter target with the 500 spine, 450 grain arrows. Ooh, just is powerful. Nice. Oh, still too high. Seriously. Yeah, a little too low now. And now I shoot range arrows. They are 600 pentalon, 800 spine. But very lightweight. They're only 300 grain or something. Let's shoot one. Let's see what it does. Oh, nice. You saw that. Ah, we shoot them. But then, ooh, I feel it a little in the hand. So these ones are maybe a little too lightweight. But still, at 28. Draw is nice. Here it gets sensitive, you feel it already. 28. 38.2. Always depend on depth here a little, that we know that by now. 30. Let's go over there, so 30. You know, I had once this shitty experience here with one of their bows. 30 is fine too. Then we have 43.4. 43.7, sorry. Shall I go a little further? Okay. But I would not go way much further than 30, 31 maybe. So you can do it, I don't. I don't want to break another bow. As long as I don't get an official confirmation what the max draw is of this bow, I don't draw this bow longer than 31, feels good. I should check the, you're right. And I put the, so that we don't scratch always everything. A microfiber cloth from my cameras. So 26 is easy, 28 you feel it already a little. So look at this, nice. But then, of course, short bow, not very aggressive sears. Yeah, a little bit more, I would say 29 inches. 29 inches, string angle of 60 degrees and 30. is here, but doesn't feel that it maxes out already. I only see 29. Would go more, but it's a little. It's getting stiff. So I would say a solid 30-inch. Maybe 31, and then of course it depends again on the poundage. When you get this one in 25 or 30, it will go easier there. The higher the poundage, the more prone they are to get a little stiff at the end. So, but up to 30, it's nice. 31, doable, and it's a pretty bow. But as we know it, you know, this is all the standard win-win stuff, which is not a bad thing. And here you see then the carbon layer in it. Handle is really nice, so that's really pretty. I like that. And see, I shot, and with this bow you don't see one scratch. So even the arrows were working nice with this bow. No scratchy. These are the Taurus arrows, you know, and but he did a video about this, that he sands down the quilt of the feathers, so there is no resistance going, no scratching going on. It's really smooth. This is now a normal range arrow where the quilt is still on. There's more prone, not so much more, but it can make a difference. So good arrows, and then you're good to go. So this bow is pretty, is almost nothing. Interesting. So a little, you feel it, you don't feel it in the limbs that much, you feel it in the handle. So this is 1, 2, 3, but it's fine. I would stick with 8-9 grain per pound arrows, and then this bow is fine. And I guess that might even go away after a while. Let's see what it does here. Here it's okay, flexible. And here, ooh, like the Korean bows from Daylite. Very solid, very stiff. So this one does take some torque. Let's test. But as you see, I'm still at roughly 30 inches draw, so I don't draw this bow now, 32, but let's see, 500 grain, maybe 31 inches, 178, nice, 158, was bad. And by the way, it's a Virtu Clock 3, the Crony. Some always want to know, 161. Oh, that was all over the place. The lightweight ones, 300 grain-ish, or 310. 190. Nice. 199, and 50 pound isn't 50 pounds. I draw now a bit more, 209. Shall we do it again? Yes. I think I reached now 31 inches draw or something. Let's see again, 500 grain. Now the bow wants to draw 163, 167, 159. Lightweight ones. 207. But then you feel it a little in the hand, so maybe they're a little too lightweight. 203. Oh yeah, the shakes in the hand, especially with my wrist, which is hurting. 202. See, and that's why I don't like this one. I got the string now in between, so this leather patch should be stitched on. So easy 200 foot per second with 310 grain, or what the arrows are. It's very, very interesting. It's a powerhouse. I didn't expect it. and 40 pounds feel, I mean 39, but it feels nice. The draw is nice, smooth. You can do everything here. The bow doesn't twist at all, so you can apply torque. Wow. Only don't go too lightweight with your arrow. So these 300 grain, I have something in my wrist and then I feel it hurts. S is really a good bow for horse archers. Let's see what it would do here. And look at this, even we have this bump on the handle. You can solidly... I should get the new Koch knocks now for Mediterranean draw. I don't have them here now. But you know, works nice. But this fiddle here, this is not mine. This is not going to work here. It doesn't make sense for me. But that's me. The other way around most probably not that much. Yeah, there it's not going to work here. This is not, but you know, Ottoman, you shoot Ottoman style. And they all had it like this. Okay, so not okay for me, it feels better like this. Like this. Simply keep it historically correct. As if I care. Nice. So I didn't want to shoot the lightweight ones anymore. They really shake. But they 200 foot per second. We really, Daylite archery, we really need a recommendation of minimum grain per pound what you feel safe with this bow to use. So I would not go under 8, maybe 7, but do some testing and see what works for you. But this is a beast, it's a fast beast, nice to shoot, nice to draw. Would be only know how low one would be safe. With 10 it's not a problem, with 8 I guess it's still not a problem, and then you get a really good shooter. And no weight to it, nice handle, and this carbon layer, awesome. So there you have it, the Ottoman Turkish bow by Daylite Archery. Of course it's not made by him in person, it's a private label, but of course even when you get them from a company, you still can give them your requirements, how you want to have the bow and how the quality control shall be. And this bow just feels much more refined than, let's say, a flint. Nothing against a flint, entry level, just nice, just fine. This one with this carbon layer just kicks way better. Nicely done. So packaging, bowstring sleeve, nothing yet, so we need then of course a little description and maybe put a second string in it and maybe a string holder or something that you get a little more points. Bowstring sleeve, 4 points. Handling of this bow, as I just mentioned before, this is a 40-pound bow and it was a breeze to string. But of course means on the other side there is not, yeah, but on the other side here it's already going on. So but here you have a little more wiggle room. When you see this MR bow was from the beginning tough, that's why this was this 42 pounds of the MR of the Tiron. Horrible to string, but of course the power is there from the beginning. So here you feel it a little, but it's easy to string. It doesn't twist here. There's totally like the Korean bows from a little more flex. Nice. And here it's relatively smooth, but not like wobbly smooth. So it's solid. It's really solid. I like handling, stringing, and then the bow is directly straight. So it's no problem. 10. The build quality is very nice for what it is. I like this handle with the stitching. You have your leather, suede or something. If it would be shark skin, would be nicer, but they all have this. You have a nice logo, you have the description on it. And the bow is nice, so you can't say anything. This is a flawless, nice made bow. Gets 10 points for that. The basic feel. Handle is nice. For me could be a bit bigger, but this is, you know, I don't even mention that anymore. Sits nice in the hand. You wrap your two fingers around and you have your control. And this one is so fragile, so nice, so you don't feel it at all. It's like you have chopsticks in your hand and you it's like nothing, but kicks the arrows nice away. I would not take this one in 50 pounds again because of my issues I had with buck trail. But maybe this one works with the carbon layer better than the other ones. And maybe I just had a bad. I heard comments that others had the 50 pound and it shoots 2000 arrows, no problem. So, good. What did we say? Basic feel. Yes, and then handle feels good and you have a little, so you have it a little in the hand, you feel it. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, but only for 3 seconds, but you feel it a little. I hope it will go away, and as long as your arrows are heavy enough, it's fine. With this 300 grain, which is maybe a bit too lightweight, then you really feel it in the hand, and it's a little painful, but you still could go and do the Fallon Talon, you know, this grip, and shoot like this, and you don't feel almost anything, or you maybe shoot even this way, because there are many out there, they hold the bow like this, which in my opinion is not the right way, but it's my personal opinion. And by the way, I have to make a announcement. I will do more teaching videos, because with my last video about how to shoot different distances, somebody mentioned that it's crap and that my reviews are very nice. Do your reviews, but for teaching you don't have the brain for it. So I might do more teaching videos then, okay? So what do we have? A basic feel 10. No problem. Draw experience is nice. I said I don't know now what the max draw is, but I guess like with AF they claim 32, but it's getting stiff there, so I don't know, 28, 29, 30, 31. It might do 32, but I don't know yet. For me, I see this as a solid 30-inch, maybe 31-inch draw bow, and then it works nice, and the draw is really smooth, so there's nothing to complain. Goes nice up, not too steep, nothing to worry about. Give it a 10. And shooting experience, out of the box with this narrow arrow pass, a good brace sight, there was nothing. No, it's optically, right? A little maybe, huh? Yeah, but the upper limb is always the weaker one, the lower limb is a stronger one, because the bow is built symmetrically. And when you hold the bow, you shoot asymmetrically, so the lower one needs to be a bit stiffer. That it compensates, and the upper one is weaker. But that's fine. What did I want to say? Shooting experience is nice, as long as I said the arrows are heavy enough. Predictable, out of the box, you know what this bow is doing. So I was like, instantly where you point the arrow, and I shot nice tight groups, and not because I'm a good archer, it's simply the bow makes it easy for you with this narrow arrow pass. And you see then even less scratching. Of course I used the arrows from Bamboo Archery Malaysia. They don't have this quilt in, so they're very soft, they don't scratch at all, but even with the range arrows they still have the quilt there. There is almost no scratching going on. Beneficial when you have a narrow arrow pass and you do a little cutter or the spine, but even the spine, 800 spine, 500 spine, everything works fine with this bow. It's very interesting. So it's a really versatile bow, so you can vary with your arrows and you can find really what works for you. I like this a lot. So shooting experience 10 gives it a total of 54. See, and here you could make easily a few more points, put a description in it, a warranty card, a second string. Really good bow. And the price, $235 US. I don't know how much shipping is, but shipping is everywhere now ridiculously. Up to $200 for the flint, $35 more, or let's say $50 more, but you get a nicer handle, a narrow arrow pass. The handle is overall maybe a little smaller. I might do maybe a comparison, but major benefit of this bow, and which makes it really different to shoot, is this layer of carbon. And it really, with this bow, it makes a difference. I did not want to believe that, but here you have it. So we give it a 5 for the price value. It's for this price, rivals everything out there in the market for up to $300. No problem with this bow. So all these, it's in the range of AF, Ali bow, and all of them. So, but with carbon, I think it's even, it's nice. It's a really good bow. Didn't expect that. So Daylite Archery, very good. Thank you very much for sending one to me. So now you need to bump up your website with photos, with description, with arrow weight, with max draw, and with everything, that I know what the bow is capable of doing. And then I might do another, when I do a comparison video, I might consider then all your things you write on the website. For now, there's nothing written, but we need to know that. So that was this. Then I thank you all for watching. Have a good evening, have a good time, stay positive, don't let the monkey bite you. Catch you in the next one.